Hi, I'm Andrew Drane from Ray White and welcome to this month's market update. Well, we have a morsel of good news for you. This month, for the first time in April 2022, we've had an increase in home values. The National Home Value Index of CoreLogic reported an increase of 0.6%. What does this mean for you? Well, it's a window. Opportunistic buyers might be making a foray back into the market just when prices are at their lowest. In fact, purchasing activity has increased and the reasons are complex. One of the reasons for this temporary increase that buyers are taking advantage of is a lack of available stock, which pushes prices up. Another reason is that rental market is now becoming so tight, we're seeing some spillover into purchasing properties. Now, when I say this is a window, I'm talking, of course, mainly to Sydney buyers. Prices continue to drop in some other places like Hobart, Canberra, Adelaide, Darwin, and some regional areas, mainly in Victoria and Tasmania, and they've recorded further declines in value. Overall values are still above pre-pandemic levels. In Melbourne, it's only 0.6% margin, but in Adelaide, values are still a whopping 41.2% above pre-COVID levels. For any Adelaide viewers, this is pretty important information if you're wanting to sell. Now, listing activity is likely to cool anyway, along with the weather. This is natural this time of the year, but again, purchasing activity has increased and sales have actually been higher than they have since March of last year. Some economists believe that this is the start of an upward trend, but I'd advise you to watch all the indicators and not to harbour unfounded hope. Economics is mostly about human sentiment, and an increase in confidence among vendors might accompany this increase in buyer activity. Keep your eyes open. In this environment, so much of it's about timing. Auction clearance rates are back to around the average figure and even above it in some cities. Unit rents are now quickly catching up to housing rentals as students and migrants seek cheaper housing in high density areas. We're seeing a trend towards more populated households as renters try to keep up with rocketing rental increases. This is a drastic reversal of the pandemic trend, where households were actually shrinking. This is all positive news, but we're here to warn you about coming trends as well that might not be so favourable. Brace yourself. We've said this before, a larger proportion of buyers than normal are about to expose to the full impact of the interest rate hikes, despite the fact they've been temporarily put on hold. There is typically a lag of a few months anyway before borrowers cop the impact, but that cliff looms where fixed interest rates expire, and we'll be seeing who has saved a buffer of cash in things like offset accounts. Already it seems people are not just spending less, but they are saving less as well. As the economy slows, credit gets tighter and the labour market gets looser. Watch the number of listings available. We'll have vendors wanting to buy as downward pressure increases, but the reasons for that downward pressure might be an actual lack of purchasing activity. As I said, it's tricky, and you have to watch the market like a hawk. On to better news. Firstly, the RBA might halt the increase in interest rates as inflation winds down. That's if inflation does wind down. We still have a lot of dollars chasing a limited amount of goods and services. This is a worldwide problem. The incentive to spend has come to an end and people are now battling to pay back what they have borrowed. Secondly, the surge in migration to Australia, something many people aren't aware of, will likely increase rental demand. But given the tightness of the rental market, this might quickly convert to buyer demand. Keep your eyes peeled, and we'll see you next month. And don't forget, the Easter colouring competition ends this Friday. There's some wonderful entries already in the window of the Ray White office. Make sure you get your entries in. I'm Andrew Drane from Ray White. I'll see you at the next Market Monthly Update.